Hello and welcome back to GigaLems. So, picking up where we left off, which was Warm level 16. So it's called Can You Save Them? 50 lemmings, 70% to be saved. Level design kind of reminds me of It's Hero Time. Got 99 release rates, fairly, well, possibly tight time limit. We'll see how it plays out in practice. But we don't have to save 100%, and so let's see how it goes. Okay, so this level is probably not going to be too problematic unless there's some traps hiding under there. Okay, looking at this I notice you're going to walk and come down to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the last lemming when he gets here to solve the puzzle. You know, I'm guessing there is going to be traps. No, there isn't. Okay. This is a very easy level then. And yeah, I just realised the time limit could have been problematic, but it looks like it isn't. We've got a one-way wall here, which makes me think this is a level that's going to be repeated at some point. I don't know what kind of skill set it'll be repeated with, but we'll see if it's there when we get to it. So on to level 17, which is an expedition. Oh, we've got a bit of a long level here. We've got 80 lemmings, 75% to be saved. We've got a usual 5-minute time limit. Mostly a 20 of everything, but we've got no climbers or floaters. I don't think that's going to be a major handicap though. So, go back to the old classic contain the crowd trick. Bash through here. Okay, we've got a trap there. I somewhat suspected that, which is why I saved state. Let's build over this trap here. Oh yes, I can see the little distinctive pattern of the trigger area. Okay, we've got a much more blatantly obvious trap here. I don't think there's a trap there, but I'm going to start bashing here just in case. And this is a completely hidden trap. I'd say we're safe from here. Let's release right up and bomb Mr. Blocky here. And the lemmings can now go for their morning walk, or run in this case, since I turned fast forward on, because otherwise it'd take forever. It's still going to kind of take forever, but that's not too bad. Cool remix of this tune as well. Okay, so on to level 18, which is bashing without bashing. We've got 40 lemmings, 50% to be saved, and from here is where I think the Oh No More Lemmings music starts. Now, unlike the original ones, there's no Genesis version of Oh No More Lemmings, so the musics in it are, I believe, the DOS versions. Well, I know they are since I provided them with the music files. Now, somewhere in this big block is an exit, basically, is the concept here. So, do me a favour. What kind of favour are you wanting? So this is kind of like an easier, like less restrictive, less time limited, basically just less fidgety version of Wall of Wisdom from Lemmings Plus 1. And it's a trick that's been seen countless times. I think the original was the Genesis version of the game, and a bonus level in the Sunsoft ranking called I Am AT. I think that should be enough. We should at least be able to see the exit. Oh, there's the exit. These climbers are probably going to need to be floaters as well. There's one that's not a floater. There he is. Yep, and there they can get in there. So what else to say? Kono Dio Da, whatever that means. Can you do me a favour? Thank you. I guess the favour was just finding the exit, or maybe it was just scrolling the screen over here to read this, I don't know. that wasn't too bad a level. I mean, it probably would catch out newer players, but the trick itself is very well known by now. So on to level 19, which is a 4-letter word for leave. Leaf? Page? I don't know. So we've got a 10 of everything. Skill set, how much should we have to save? 50%, so this is not going to be a hard level. I probably don't need to worry about the lemmings that fall since we don't have a particularly high save requirement. From there, just bash through to the exit. I mean, it wouldn't have been hard to save more lemmings, even all the lemmings on this level, but why when something this simple works? Okay, so another level down, on to level 20, which is Scarif Slice. I think it's meant to be Sacrif Slice, like pun on sacrifice, I don't know. Maybe it's a reference to something that I just don't get. Anyway, we've got 80 lemmings, 75% to be saved, and a 90 release rate here. Also got a bit of a limited skill set on this one. Shouldn't be too hard though. I'm playing this one before, if I remember correctly, there are traps hidden under here, so that's why I'm bunching the lemmings up. There we got music glitching again. It's happened in the GigaLems one, that was on traditional Lemix. See if it fixes from the next level. Okay, so there we saved enough there. On to level 21, which is not as obscure as it sounds. 80 lemmings, got a fairly odd amount, 62% to be saved. How many lemmings would that be? Okay, 80% is 64. 48. It's 50 lemmings. Okay, that's the logic behind it. So he's obviously thought more about the lemming counts and the percent. Solution here shouldn't be too hard. Just a matter of going under there. Yeah, there we go. And I just want to check something on the previous level before I start this one. Okay, no, it did have the right music. For some reason I thought it had a different one, because that level was, I believe, moved from an earlier position for being a bit too difficult. So we've got here Super Fighting Robot. We're out of the official styles, and we've got a Lemmings Plus 2 graphic set on this one. We've got a little Mega Man at the side, well not really little, a big Mega Man made out of the solid colour pieces, and the rest is pretty regular. And I believe this is also going to be our first one with a special music, so let's see what we've got. Oh, sounds very Mega Man-y. I'll just dig some stuff out of here to keep the crowd contained. Okay, no, we don't want them going up there. That should do the trick. How close is that going to be? That's going to turn him around, so let's come back a bit. Oh, it's close enough that hitting the one-way counts and turns them. Even that is, okay. I didn't know it was that sensitive. Okay, there we go. Can they see up there? Yes, they can. And just a matter of building this gap then releasing the crowd now. Got our psychedelic seizure-inducing exit there. Well, I thought this was a Mega Man level, not a Porygon one. Come on, build to the other build. Yes, that thing. Okay, and there, that's that level down. So we're on to level 23, which is a small trickle which very strongly resembles Cascade from original Lemmings, just in a different graphic set. It's even down to having the little trap here next to the exit. Got a bit of a trap going on there. Bit of a pair of gaps for the Lemmings to build over. Bit of a big ramp here that they've got to float off. Except here you've got enough floaters for every lemming. I really need to stop making that reference. Okay, at least I think we have enough floaters for every lemming. Yep, we do. So let's this one dig as soon as he lands. Oh, I don't have a way to get just one out. Okay, let's try something. Let's try not release rate 99ing after the first lemming, so that second lemming can do the little digger pit, and first lemming can be our worker. Okay, and from there it's the build bash build. And build out of the... Okay, we might need a couple of builders for this. Thankfully we've got the directional select. And that's another level down, on to level 24, which is going under. I also have a level named that, but it is... Well, I mean, it's got the same going under steel thing, but overall it's fairly different layout, different idea, and instead of not having any down arrow things on the exit, we've got lots of them on this one. It does look kind of cool though, especially when they're all rotating like that. And yes, we're back to the first music track now. So yeah, not a hard level, it's basically just you bomb, go under the steel. They stop when they get to these little depression bits here. As you can see, unlike in GigaLems, we have no steel glitching. Bomber here and the Basher here aren't taking away any of the steel. It's because like one of the most noticeable and major differences between traditional and Neo-Lemmix is that in Neo-Lemmix, steel pixels are indestructible. They're not just a marker of make a Basher, Bomber, whatever stop. They're actually indestructible. And because of that, and also the auto steal feature, Neo-Lemmix you can actually have like diagonal or even rough edge steel pieces, and those first showed up in Lemmings Plus 3. The Circuit graphic set has a diagonal edged one and the Sky graphic set has rough edged ones. Since then I don't think any other graphic sets have made use of those capabilities. Did the Horror set, that's the one from Doomsday Lemmings, did that use it? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it only has straight edge and horizontal vertical steel in that one. But yeah, so simple level there, on to level 25, which is Follow Me, Mr. Lemming. So we've got 40 lemmings, 75% to save. And okay, now the obvious solution is you climb up, come back, mine down, build up to that. The alternative solution, and just because I like to be a smartass, let's just build all the goddamn way up. Building this little bit here so they don't splat. Need to get a little bit higher. I think from there should do it. Yep. So there, no climbers, no anything that's not builders, really. And the exit doesn't have the little flag on it. Got some pretty cool decorative terrain over here. Level is a bit out of alignment, it's very towards the left, not that I've never done that. On to level 26, which is easy treasy. Okay, so we've got 20 lemmings and only 40% to be saved. Don't even have to save half of them, we've got to save 8 lemmings. And this is another blocker maze type level, so that's probably why we don't have to save too many. Gonna knock the release rate up a bit, just to make it quicker. That's fairly obvious where we've got to put the blockers on this one. I don't think we need a blocker here. Yes, we do need a blocker here because there's a little sneaky trap going on. There's a not so sneaky trap going on here. We also got to be careful because those blockers are very close, and Neolemix does still retain the whole thing that blockers can't be too close to each other. Okay, there we go, with 2 lemmings to spare. Okay, and we're on to level 27, which is Let My People Go. 100 lemmings, 90% to be saved. And we've got 5 trapdoors on this one. And we've got music glitching again. Now that's not a fault of GigaLems itself, it seems to happen sometimes when I'm recording. So if I switch the music off for a bit, then switch it back on, it should come right. So the basic idea of what we're going to do here is just have them turn around, then just bash into each group of lemmings to let them out. Oh, I missed the point for that one a little bit. And now we just need to release Mr. Blockery here. Here we go, it doesn't look... Oh, are we going to have to do anything here? No, so what he's done, he has covered this with terrain blocks, but he's also left 1 pixel gap there so they can walk through, but if I do that, because it's terrain, it reveals the original colour of the exit blocks. And there the music's deciding to play nice now. I should probably knock the release rate up. So yeah, we've got 5 entrances here that couldn't be done under traditional Lemix. Traditional Lemix was limited to 4 entrances. Now Neolemix, they're not unlimited. I mean, there's a limit of 128 objects in a level total, but entrances is actually limited to 32 of them. But I mean, chances are if there's much more than that, it's probably going to be like 1 lemming per entrance almost, maybe 2. So you can almost use the pre-placed lemmings for that, and those, like, the only limit on them is the number of objects in the level. So pretty much assuming that you're going to want an exit somewhere, it's 127 pre-placed lemmings. Obviously less if you have other objects, but anyway, on to level 28, which is the Keepers. Bit of a strange looking level here. 20 lemmings, 85% to be saved. And I'm sure it's meant to be done with some clever order of bashing through, or maybe just climb over, block, come back and do it. But as with a lot of these types of levels, you can simply go under the bottom. Okay, that skipping there is not the recording skipping, it's me using the skip 10 seconds spacebar shortcut thing and glitching. Oh, I also had my finger on the wrong key, which is why it went pause there. Okay, that's not quite the result I was hoping for. Okay, so what do I need to do to stop him? Oh, I can use this old trick. Make him a blocker, then bomb next to him. That's a trick that wasn't too practical in traditional Lemix, since you had the timed bombers and you couldn't put the blockers close together. Now, as I've mentioned in the last level, you still can't put the blockers too close together on Neolemics, but you've got the instant bombers, so you don't really have to time it to be perfectly in the right place. It's a trick I've used in several of my own levels. It's a trick that I haven't really seen in other levels as part of a required part of the solution. Okay, so we're on to level 29, which is now for blast processing. So we've got a dirt level here, but we've got it in a slightly different colour. You're not imagining that, it's not a video glitch. It's because this level uses the Genesis version of the dirt set, so from the looks of things, Giga's decided to mix it up a bit with which versions of the graphic set he uses. We do have the one-ways abruptly cutting off here. I mean, in Neolemics you can avoid doing that. You can just have them smoothly snap to terrain. I'm not sure why that hasn't been done. But anyway, as for solving the level, I'm going to have him dig down here. I'm sure the intended solution involves a splat form, but again, I like to be difficult. Okay, and there we go. Lemmings are home, and we're on to level 30, the last level for this video, last level of the warm rating. Things are going to get hot. I see what he did there. So we've got 100 lemmings, 65% to be saved, and still a fairly easy skill set. We don't have any floaters, so what we've got to do for this is reduce the falls height with some bombers here. 2 of them should do the trick. Then we'll just hold the crowd there with some blockers. And from there it's a pretty straightforward builder level. Now I should be able to build all the way up to these rocks and avoid having to use any more blockers and lose more lemmings as a result. Yeah, oh, didn't even need to come back and seal off the gap. That worked out very well. Blow them up. And we've got music playing up again. That sounds kind of cool. I might just let that play since it sounds cool. It's like pew 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 pew. Laser lemmings. Okay, so it's 96% saved. That's another level down. That's first rank down, and let's call that it for now. I'll probably start on the next rank a bit later on tonight. Won't do it right away. I'll upload these 2 videos first, because yeah, usually if I'm doing more than one in a row, I record all of them, then upload them. I don't upload one as I record the next, just because even with having a new powerful computer, having Firefox running does tend to make the video lag a bit, probably because it's quite a high resolution display to be encoding fast. Heck, if it was on my old computer, it would probably have lagged. Well, the old computer did have only a 720p display, this one's 1080, so I don't know how that would have worked out, but anyway, no need to worry about technical stuff here. So that's the first rating of GigaLems down so far. I'd say pretty impressive. I mean, obviously hoping it gets a bit harder. I'd say it would. I mean, even some of these levels have been a bit on the tricky side, and I mean, if you look at, well, my first pack, Lemmings +1, it didn't really get hard till around a third of the way through the 3rd difficulty ranking, so I mean, easy first difficulty ranking, I mean, that's to be expected. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying this pack so far, so good work, Giga. Looks like you made a solid pack here.